What's up guys, Josiah here. It is Thursday, December 11th, 2008, and as promised, this is going to be the first half of my review of the aluminum MacBooks, which were released back in October. This is basically just going to cover the hardware, and hopefully tomorrow I will have time to film the second half, in which I'll cover OS X and a few of the apps that come along with it. In the meantime, I do hope this is helpful to you guys. Feel free to leave comments or questions, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like, and hopefully I hear from you all soon. Talk to you later. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you guys a quick walk around of it. From this side you have all of your ports. First one you come to is your MagSafe. We'll go ahead and plug it in so you guys can see what happens. It'll stay green if it's completely charged, and it will turn orange if it's charging, as you can see there. It very simply just disconnects by snapping off and snaps right back in. It's held in by a magnet. Very effective, I found it to be handy. Next thing you come to is your gigabit Ethernet. You have two USB ports, display port, a headphone and a microphone input, a Kensington lock, and toward the other end here there's a small recess button. When you press it, it will tell you how much battery you have left. And this used to be on the bottom of the old revision of the MacBook, and Apple decided to put it on the side. Found it to be pretty handy. Alright, off to this side you have your super drive. Toward the front here you can see that the computer is in sleep because this little indicator is pulsing, and it will also stay lit when the screen is turned off. You also have your infrared sensor right here. Toward the top of the screen, you guys can probably see that there. That is the EyeSight camera. It's almost completely invisible. The next thing, right next to that, you have your ambient light sensor, which automatically adjusts the brightness of the screen to the brightness of the room. Works very well. And you also have your magnetic latch. So we'll go ahead and just bring this thing back out of standby, show you guys just how quickly it comes back. Maybe a matter of 2 seconds. It's very quick. Alright, right now I have the screen at close to the lowest brightness setting. We'll go ahead and just turn it all the way up. So you guys can see it gets very bright, and the camera did adjust itself automatically. But I found that the best compromise for battery life versus brightness is right around like the 5th notch, as you can see here. And that will still give you a solid 4 to 5 hours of battery life. The next thing I want to do is show you guys the keyboard. I am very impressed with the keyboard. I have used the old MacBooks before, and I think they definitely improved. The keys feel a lot softer to the touch, and they're very easy to type on. Easily give the keyboard a 5 out of 5. I'm very impressed. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to walk you guys through the function keys at the top here. Again, here you have your screen brightness settings. This will launch up Expose. Bring up a few apps here so I can show you guys that. Alright, hit the Expose button, and it fans all the apps out so you can see everything that you have open, and then you just use the trackpad to navigate around there. Alright, next thing you have here is your dashboard. This will load up a little set of widgets. Right now I just have the weather app and a calculator. I found that the weather app is actually very handy when you're on campus. Especially like if you have to be indoors quite a bit, you have an idea of what the weather is like outside. Very cool. Alright, go ahead and close back out of that. The next thing you have here, this is the 2.4 GHz version of the MacBook, so it does have the backlit keyboard. I'll show you guys that now. It is off. You can either use this to turn it off, or you can actually disable it in preferences. Go ahead and turn it up. And you can see it gets very bright. I can see that you would definitely have no problems seeing if you had to be in a dark room or in an airplane or something. Again, you can disable this, or you can have it automatically come on depending on the brightness of the room. Very cool. Then you have over here you have your playback functionality. Here you have your rewind, play, pause, and fast forward. Go ahead and start something up in iTunes so you guys have an idea of just how loud the speakers are. Go ahead and hit play. Okay, so as you can hopefully hear, the speakers are extremely loud. Definitely the best speakers I've ever heard on a notebook. There isn't quite as much bass as you might expect from the way that they were talking about it, but I'd still easily give the speakers a 4.5 out of 5. I would give them a 5, but again, sound quality isn't completely full, so still very impressed with that. We'll go ahead and minimize back out of that. And the last set of buttons here you have here are your volume controls. This will mute. This is a volume down. This is a volume up. Finally, you have your eject button here. Now what I'm going to show you guys is the trackpad. For its size especially, this is definitely the best trackpad I've ever used on a notebook. It's extremely smooth to the touch. It does have a very thin glass coating on it. And I'll go ahead and show you guys now the gestures. The first one, obviously just a one finger will move the cursor around. And then I'll load up some of my class notes so you guys can see the rest of the gestures here. Okay. The first one, we'll go ahead and just do 2 fingers. This will scroll up and down, as you can see there. The next one, we'll go ahead and just do a rotate. And this one, you just grab the PDF. Sometimes it's a little confused. I'll show you guys the pinch and zoom first. As you can see here, I'm just moving my fingers in and out toward each other. If you grab it like that, there we go. That worked fine. As you can see here, it just rotated the page. Let's try it again. Sweet. Alright, yeah, well, I went ahead and did that on the first try. Cool. And then again, like I said, the other one is the pinch and zoom. And that's it for the 2-finger gestures. The next one is 3 fingers. And basically, let's say you have your PDF open here. It will actually just automatically snap to the next page. You don't have to leave your fingers on the trackpad. It will just automatically snap to the next page, as you can see there. The next one is all of your 4-finger gestures. First, I'll show you guys the side-to-side one. And what this does, it just brings up a list of all the applications that you have open. You can either use the trackpad to navigate between them, or you can use the different keys on the keyboard. So that works pretty well. Then another of the 4-finger gestures is up. Basically, this pulls all of your apps out so that all you see is the desktop. Pull it back down, and then if you pull it down, it launches Expose, which, as I said, you can either load with this button here, or you can use the touchpad, and it just pulls all the apps out so you can see what you have loaded. Alright, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you guys how quickly this thing restarts. We'll just do a hard restart here. It's very quick to turn off. As far as startup times, I found that it's somewhere around between 45 seconds and a minute. I do have a couple apps automatically load, and I found that it's not nearly as quick as far as startup goes compared to my iMac. Then again, my iMac, I'm a little spoiled, so go ahead and let this thing load up. Okay, and it should bring up the login screen. I'll go and log in here real quick. There we go, and as you can see here from the login screen, it's very quick to bring up the desktop, and everything is fully loaded. You can see the wireless is completely on. And now the last thing I want to show you guys is just how quickly the apps load from a fresh restart. So we'll just load that. And iChat and Safari obviously load very quickly because they're just integrated right into OS X. Very quick to start up. As you can see, hiding behind your Gmail indicator here, iTunes is also already loaded. So it's very quick to load everything up, even just from a fresh restart. So that is the walkthrough.